Good day, everyone. In today's lesson, we want to look at simple farm tools, tools used in farming. Okay, let's look at what you stand to gain at the end of this lesson. At the end of this lesson, you'll be able to define simple farm tools. Two, you'll be able to outline an example of simple farm tools. And the third one is state use of simple farm tools that we are going to discuss now. Let's look at first objective. We're looking at the meaning of simple farm tools. There are different farm tools that the farmer uses to cultivate the soil and grow crops. There are different types of farm tools that the farmer uses to cultivate the soil and grow crops. Let's look at them one after the other. The first one is spade. The spade has a disc-shaped rectangular metal blade attached to a long wooden handle. The blade is sharp. We can see a picture of a spade. Remember we said as well, is a disc-shaped. You can see it is a disc-shaped rectangular metal blade. Got a metal blade attached to a wooden handle. And remember I said that the blade is sharp. They use it for working. Let's look at its uses, the uses of spade. One of the uses of spade, it is used for making seedbed. It's used for making seedbed. Two, for lifting soil from one place to another, from place to place, for turning soil on the seed bed. And the third one is it could be used for digging holes. And the last one, the fifth one, it can be used for transplanting. It can be used to transplant a plant from one point to another. Let's look at another simple farm tools. Another one is hoe. What is hoe? So it has a curved metal blade and a wooden handle. There are two types of hoes. One is Indian hoe and the second one is West African hoe. Let's differentiate them. Look at the difference between Indian hoe and West African hoe. Remember I said that there are two types of hoe, Indian hoe and West African hoe. Okay, the Indian hoe has a long wooden handle. The Indian hoe, you can see it has a long wooden handle with a bigger blade. Remember we're looking at the difference between the two types of hoe that we have, the Indian and the West African hoe. We said the India has a long wooden handle. You can see it with a bigger blade. The West African hoe has a short wooden handle. You can see it, very short. This one is longer than this. It has a short wooden handle with a smaller blade. We compare with Indian hoes. That is the difference between Indian hoe and West African hoe. Please take note. Okay, the uses of hoe. It is used for making heaps of ridges. Two, it can be used for turning soil, weeding. Three, it can also be used for transplanting. And the fourth one, it can be used for digging, harvesting of yam and cassava. And the fifth one can be used for uprooting stumps. And the sixth one is can be used for preparing seed beds. These are the 6 uses of hoe, whether West African hoe or Indian hoe. These are their uses. Please take note. Okay, let's look at another one called shovel. This is like a spade. It looks like a spade. Most farmers even call a spade a shovel, but it's not true. The difference is that the blade of the shovel has a hole, a hollow in it, which spade does not have. The difference between spade and shovel, they look similar, but the difference is that the blade of the shovel has a hole in it, which the spade does not have. That is the only difference between a shovel and spade. Though some people interchange it, but it's not the same thing. Please take note the difference between them. The difference between them is that the blade of the shovel has a hole in it, which the spade does not have. Please take note. Okay, the uses of shovel. It is mainly used for packing. Two, for loading materials like seed, compost, manure or fertilizer. within a short distance or into vehicle or wheelbarrow. They use it mainly for packing, for loading materials like compost manure, like fertilizer, from a short distance or inside a wheelbarrow. Okay, please take note all these things that we discuss. This way we're going to wrap it up. See you next in our next lesson. Be a good boy and a good girl. See you next in our next lesson. Goodbye.